Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
We head to Wyoming for Western Adventure from Fort Laramie, starring Raymond Burr as Captain Lee Quince from 66 years ago, September 9th, 1956, Buffalo Hunters. And we thank you for tuning in on this TGI Friday, 9th day of September, 252nd day of the year, 113 days remaining. Continental Congress officially named their new Union of Sovereign States the United States back in 1776. The capital of the U.S., named for President George Washington, Washington, D.C., in 1791. The first glass plate photograph taken by John Herschel on this date in 1839. Happy birthday, California. It was admitted as the 31st state in 1850. And in 1850, the Compromise of 1850 stripped Texas of a third of its claimed territory. It's now parts of Colorado, Kansas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Wyoming, in return for the government assuming $10 million of Texas's pre-annexation debt. It was on this date in 1926 the National Broadcasting Company was formed. The Second Sino-Japanese War in 1945, Japan formally surrendered to China. And in 1947, the first actual case of a computer bug being found. It was a moth in a relay of a Harvard Mark II computer at Harvard University back in 1947. It was all still electromechanical. 1956, Elvis Presley appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show for the first time. It was not his first national appearance. His first appearance was on January 28th of 1956 on the little-remembered stage show hosted by Jimmy and Tommy Dorsey. And his first national TV appearance was on April of 1956 on The Milton Berle Show. So Elvis's appearance on this date in 1956 on Ed Sullivan was his first appearance there, but not nationally. Department of Housing and Urban Development, established on this date in 1965. The National Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act, signed into law by President Johnson in 1966. My Fair Lady on this date in 1970 surpassed as the longest-running Broadway musical in history by Dolly Levi. Hello, Dolly ran for over 2,844 performances in its initial run. Today, that's only 20th on the longest-running shows on Broadway, Phantom of the Opera, currently holding that crown. 1971, the four-day Attica prison riots began, which eventually resulted in 39 dead, most killed by state troopers retaking the prison.
The prisoners have taken over 4 cell blocks. There's a couple buildings on fire. That's the chapel and the laundry shop arrangement. There's 25, 30 hostages. That's guards, prison personnel that are hostages of the prisoners. Let's see, there's been 6 or 7 guards injured, and they're in the hospitals here in Batavia. I don't know their condition or what injuries they've suffered.
Now, inmates and families of inmates killed in the prison retaking sued the state of New York for civil rights violations by law enforcement officers during and after the retaking of Attica. After 8 years in the courts in 2000, the state of New York agreed to pay $8 million, that's $12 million minus legal fees, to settle the case. State of New York also recognized the families of the slain prison employees in 2005 with a $12 million financial settlement. It was on this date in 2003 the Boston Roman Catholic Archdiocese agreed to pay $85 million to 552 people to settle cleric sex abuse cases. Passing away on this date in history, actor John MacGyver, singer Helen O'Connell, Burgess Meredith, you remember him from Rocky, and if you're old like me, you remember him as the Penguin in the 1960s Batman, and actress Ruth Roman. This is the birthday of the 1936 GOP presidential candidate and broadcaster, Alf Landon. He was also a governor of the state of Kansas. Sportscaster Clem McCarthy, Colonel Harlan Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Jimmy the Greek Snyder, Cliff Robertson, Otis Redding, and country singer Joey Feek, all born on this date in history. Happy birthday number 80 to the lady who sang about the mockingbird with her brother Charlie, Inez Fox, 80 years old today. The lady who sang about mashed potato time, Dee Dee Sharp, 77. Iron Butterfly vocalist Doug Ingle is also 77. In-a-gada-da-vida, baby. Yeah. Luke Duke, Tom Wopat, 71. From The Sound of Music to Make Room for Daddy to the original Lost in Space, Angela Cartwright, 70 years old. Ren and Stimpy animator John Kricpalusi is 67. Actor Hugh Grant is 62. Adam Sandler, funny man, 56 years old. Fellow Kansan, primarily Kansas City, Kansas, also a Kansas State University graduate. Eric Stonestreet from Modern Family, 51, also 51 today. Elliot from E.T., Henry Thomas, 51. Singer Michael Bublé, 47. From Dawson's Creek, Michelle Williams is 42. Country singer Hunter Hayes is 31. And she's been on a hiatus from the WWE. She's a new mama. I think that her baby's just over a year old. Sarah Logan of the WWE, now 29 years old. Of course, she may be coming back soon. Those some of the people who celebrate the 9th day of September as their birthday. If this is your birthday,
hi, we're the Four Freshmen, and we just want to say happy birthday to you.
And from 66 years ago, September 9th, 1956, Fort Laramie, starring Raymond Burr. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday edition of Classic Radio Theater with me, Wyatt Cox, here on your favorite radio station.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our health care. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining MediShare right now. MediShare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly health care costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. MediShare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second. And if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Mike Lindell and MyPillow offering the BOGO extravaganza right now on a whole slew of MyPillow products. Now you can find all sorts of great deals on MyPillow bed sheets, Giza Elegance MyPillow, 6-piece towel sets, Roll and Go Anywhere pillows, much more, all priced buy one, get one free. Go to mypillow.com/USA, use promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175 and find you some great MyPillow products. They're all available. Oh, by the way, you can also get Mike's book absolutely free with any purchase, but you have to go to mypillow.com/USA or call 1-800-951-8175 and make sure you use the promo code, the buy one, get one extravaganza, going on right now at mypillow.com.
Veterinary telemedicine is booming. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori Teller, president of the American Veterinary Medical Association, and I know firsthand that telehealth is a valuable tool to help provide our precious pets with the healthcare they need and deserve. Here are some situations where telemedicine may be an option for you and your pet. If the veterinarian has seen your pet in person in the past. If you're not sure you need to schedule an in-person visit. If your pet had surgery and needs post-operative follow-up for skin diseases and rash rechecks. When your veterinarian needs to monitor your pet's chronic problems such as diabetes or allergies. if there are behavioral issues or training challenges, or for hospice care. It's always good to have your session in a quiet place with good lighting. If you're not sure if you should set up a telehealth session, call your veterinarian and they'll let you know. To learn more, check out avma.org/telehealth. avma.org/telehealth.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we go back 66 years to the year I was born, September 9th, 1956. Raymond Burr starring in Fort Laramie.
At the gallop! Oh!
Fort Laramie. Fort Laramie, starring Raymond Burr as Captain Lee Quince. Specially transcribed tales of the dark and tragic ground of the wild frontier. The saga of fighting men who rode the rim of empire. And the dramatic story of Lee Quince, Captain of Cavalry.
Sergeant? This one's fresh killed.
And fresh skinned, sir.
How many buffalo we found this way?
Well, we come on 10 with this one. The men are fanning out looking for more.
They wouldn't be far away if there are more.
They're right dumb, aren't they, Captain? Buffalo must be the dumbest critters they is.
Well, couldn't call them crafty, but they're half blind. Can't see trouble when they're heading right into it. Lieutenant Seibert's back from the agency yet?
Well, yes, sir. He brought the wagon. They're loading carcasses in it back by the Waller.
They better get a move on. That meat'll cook in this heat.
Captain, you got the feeling there's something wrong?
Wrong?
Well, I've seen Injuns kill buffalo before, lots of them. But I never seen them leave this much meat on them.
Maybe agency life is making them lazy, Gorse. Maybe their bellies are too full.
Now, you don't think that, Captain.
I sure don't. I'm going to talk to Mr. Seiberts. Oh, are all of them cut this way?
I think so. I didn't rightly study them, though.
Then study them. All of them. Let me know what you find.
Yes, sir.
Have any trouble getting the wagon, Mr. Seiberts?
Oh, no, sir. The agent seemed glad to know we were bringing meat in.
That seem odd to you?
Well, no, sir. I never saw an Indian agency that couldn't use food.
Neither did I.
Oh, excuse me, sir. All right, man, you can move the wagon. I'll pick up the rest of the carcasses.
Just a minute.
Yes, sir?
I'm going to take a look at these.
Hold it a minute.
All right, men, carry on.
Yes, Captain.
A lot of waste there, sir.
Yeah, a lot of waste. How far to the agency? About 5 miles?
That's right.
You went there, you got the wagon from the agent. He said they'd be glad to get the meat. That all he said, Mr. Seiberts?
I think so, sir. Oh, one thing he said when we first rode up.
Yes?
He asked us if we'd been engaged, a battle.
Uh-huh.
Said that early this morning he heard a lot of gunfire.
Yeah, I'll bet they did.
Captain Quince, sir?
Yes, Sergeant?
I studied them carcasses, all of them, like you said. They're all cut the same way.
Skinned? With the hump ribs cut away?
And that's all.
The men locate any more?
No, sir, just the 10.
According to Mr. Seiberts, the Indian agent claims he heard a lot of gunfire this morning.
Well, it was a clear morning. The sound would carry all right. You saw the wagon tracks, Captain.
Yeah, I saw him. Tell the men to get a move on with their loading, Sergeant. Form a detail to haul the carcasses to the agency.
Yes, sir.
We'll rendezvous at the fork of the Rawhide and proceed back to Fort Laramie.
Yes, sir.
Captain Quince, what about the wagon tracks?
All right, Jenkins.
You see these tracks here? The fresh ones?
From the wagon that was just here.
That's right. Now, over here.
Come on now, move along.
There. You see those?
Well, yes, sir. They're not as fresh, but you can sure see them. Our wagon wasn't over here, Captain.
And it wasn't down there where they're loading now. Or over yonder where the last carcasses were found.
Well, that's right, sir, but...
Indians don't hunt buffalo with wagons, Mr. Syberts. And when they kill buffalo with guns or arrows, they don't just skin them, cut the hump ribs free, and leave the rest to rot in the prairie. From its horns to its chips, Indians use all the buffalo.
You think white men did this, Captain?
I'm thinking white men. And if buffalo hunters are moving up to the high plains, we got trouble, Mr. Syberts.
That's reservation land, Captain.
That didn't make much matter to them, Major.
You seem very sure this is the work of buffalo hunters, not Indians.
If it's Indians, they've changed their whole tradition of hunting buffalo and killing them. I tell you, these were fresh killed. And the only meat gone was the hump ribs.
Well, that's the best meat.
Yeah, to you and me, yeah. But the Indians eat everything in the buffalo, including the...
I know, Lee, I know.
What they don't eat on the spot, they take with them, even the horns.
Always use the horns for tools, implements, don't they?
Yeah, always.
I still hope you're wrong, Lee. It's a small hope, but it's there.
I'd like to be dead wrong. But I saw too much. And the Indian agent heard too much.
The battle?
Remember Texas? You get a clear morning, you could hear those buffalo guns roaring for miles. Enough of them sound like a pitched battle.
Wonder if they're still packing those old Sharps 50s. They're awful heavy.
Gotta be. They shoot ounce slugs, 125 grains of powder, 600 grains of lead, sometimes more.
And the Army struggles along with 450 grain slugs.
Well, we're not killing buffalo.
No, we're not. You know the position the Army's in as well as I do. White men aren't allowed on reservations to hunt, to mine, to anything. We can warn them if we see them before they move into Indian territory. If we catch them there, we can run them off or bring them back to the guardhouse. But we got to see them first.
We may not see him, Major. Until it's too late, we may not ever see him. And then the Army will be in another position.
What other position?
Fighting a war.
Don't you go roaming off now, Goofy. I want the wagon here so we can load it.
Awful hot just sitting here.
Well, you set, you hear?
I hear.
Hey, soldier, this here the sutler's store?
That's it, mister.
Much obliged.
Well, now, you got yourself some knife there, ain't you?
Sharp as your eyes, soldier.
Straight blade, huh?
This'n is. Got 'em curved, too. They're nice.
You like curved knives better, do you?
I like what I need. Sometimes I need a straight blade. Sometimes I need 'em curved.
What kind of man's got a need for knives, straight blade or curved?
You goading me, soldier?
I'd be a fool to goad a man sharpening a fine knife.
Yeah, you would. You'd be a plain fool. There's a fine edge coming. Fine edge.
It's your business, cutting things?
Let me show you that curved blade, soldier. Now, look at that. Ain't that pretty the way it half circles?
You think it's pretty?
It fits your neck, soldier. Right close and neat like. Now, that's what I call pretty. The fit of it.
Pretty enough. Looks dull to me.
It gets dull. Cutting.
Before I cut a man's throat with it, I'd see it was razor sharp.
I will. I'll tend to that right now. But I'll keep that straight blade handy. In case I run into a soldier who wants to go to body.
I knew a man like you once. Looked the same, acted the same, talked the same. He was from Texas, this man I knew.
A lot of good men from Texas.
This man, he was a skinner.
A lot of good men to skinners.
This man, though, he got himself killed.
How's a man gonna get himself killed skinning buffalo?
He made the mistake, this Texas man, going into Indian territory. Went up into the Indian Nation. Got himself killed.
You don't know nothing about skinning.
I heard about this, man.
You're dumb, soldier. Dumb as can be.
I ain't dumb enough to skin buffalo in Indian country.
I make $50 a month in my keep. With that, I get 50 cents a head on every buffalo I skin.
You do it fast, mister?
The faster I do it, the more money I make.
I'd sure admire to see you at your work.
Yeah, you would.
I would. I never seen a real good skinner at work.
You ain't?
You wanted to please a body, you could tell him how you set about your work.
You thinking about turning skinner?
Oh, I don't think I got the gift for it. Of course, I'm a willing hand and all that.
How are you on thinking?
I'm not too good, to tell the truth.
You might make a skinner at that. The thinking part, what's done of it, that's the hunter job. Old Jake Cuppy there. He's got to find the herd, do the shooting.
Jake Cuppy?
In the sutlers. He's buying lead now and powder. He's got a line on a big herd.
Where?
What do I care? A big herd, soldier. He'll get me there and do the killing. All I got to do is traipse after him and skin him.
You was going to tell me how you manage that.
You see, you work with a good hunter. That comes first. Old Jake Cuppy, he's good. He shoots them right in the lights.
Lights?
The lights, the lungs.
Now, here I thought a good hunter'd take aim on his heart.
The heart? No. You hit one in the heart, even square in the heart. He's going to run all over on you before he dies, charging around, pawing the earth, carrying on. Don't need a skinner wasting himself moving all over.
I can see that.
You hit one in the light, soldier. He may take a step or two on you, but no more than that. He drops right on the spot. Know how I mean? A skinner don't go to first one spot, then another.
Well, he don't waste himself, I understand.
And the gift you talk about. I got it for fair. I come on him, and first I rip him down the belly from the throat to the tail.
With a straight blade?
More than likely, yeah. Then I cut down each his legs. Go around his head, clean up to his ears. Listen here.
I figured the curved blade there.
And now myself, I don't bother with the rest of the head. I right away set to roll the skin back, just for started. Then I draw a rope tight on the little flap of his neck that's free, see?
Uh-huh.
And I make the other end fast to the team, and I kick them up.
September 9th, 1956, Fort Laramie, starring Raymond Burr on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Following these messages, we'll have the conclusion, plus the news from 66 years ago.
No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secrets to lose 3 to 5 pounds a week easily without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt by Med Diet. For the last 2 decades, we've been helping people just like you that have pounds they want to shed. We've helped millions of people lose thousands and thousands of pounds over the years. And now it's your turn. Learn the secrets of how to lose weight with one simple phone call. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're ready to start losing weight right now, call right now to learn more about your risk-free order to Body Sculpt.
Call for your risk-free offer. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. That's 800-738-5332.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt. Your shoulder hurts. Your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you.
And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required.
Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary.
800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. That's 800-492-8164.
Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, an episode of Fort Laramie starring Raymond Burr, as it was originally broadcast Sunday, September 9th, 1956, in the newspapers of that Sunday 66 years ago. These were some of the headlines. The Five-Nation Suez Canal Committee has failed on its mission to Cairo and will bid President Nasser goodbye late tomorrow. The Egyptian Middle East news agency reported the meeting will be at noon Eastern Time, although the official committee spokesperson, Noel Deschamps, insisted the talks had not ended. Sources close to the delegates said it was all over, but saying goodbye. The Tactical Air Force, with more units and planes now deployed abroad than based at home, is preparing to change the balance and build up its continental strength. This move, the latest in the trend to place more and more reliance on swift mobility and more reliance on rapid mounting firepower of nuclear weapons and missiles, decreasing military manpower also reflected in the programs. Greek Cypriots gunmen ambushed two British Army vehicles in hilly country on southwest Cyprus. 2 soldiers wounded. The attackers hurled bombs and fired their guns at the vehicles. They escaped in the darkness. Earlier in the day, a band of masked raiders underground attacked a police station on the north coast. The raiders seized arms and ammunition. With the tourist industry booming, Russia plans to build Europe's largest hotel in Moscow, it was announced. The hotel, to be completed next year, will have 2,700 single and double rooms and accommodate 4,500 people. An overwhelming vote in favor of the Pearsall local option tuition grant school plan indicated in early returns from North Carolina's constitutional referendum. The amendment to the state constitution would permit local option elections on suspending public schools in face of intolerable racial situations. 3 more units of Kentucky National Guardsmen moved into Sturgis, Kentucky, and nearby Camp Breckenridge as the town neared a showdown over school integration. Hundreds of extra troops ordered in for what Acting Commissioner of Public Safety Don Sturgill said would be a showdown Monday when schools reopened in Sturgis and nearby Clay. About 100 Louisiana Guardsmen reached Sturgis. 500 state troops from Owensboro and Russellville were assembled at Camp Breckenridge. State Adjutant General J.J.B. Williams, 2 FBI agents investigating possible violations of civil liberties. And a level-headed, God-fearing Irish farmer says he was running to the police station with a captured flying saucer in his arms yesterday, but it escaped. Thomas Hutchinson explaining, "I had difficulty in holding it down." A Royal Air Force officer said what Hutchins picked up must have been a weather balloon, but police prefer the farmer's version. And those some of the day's top news stories as reported in the newspapers of Sunday, September 9th, 1956, on your radio Fort Laramie. The conclusion comes up next on this Friday edition of Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Listen up, guys. Are you experiencing any of the following? Fatigue, less drive, poor performance? If so, you may be one of the nearly 30 million men in the U.S. today dealing with ED. But did you know you don't have to pay hundreds for a prescription anymore? And you don't have to deal with the hassle of seeing the doctor or the embarrassment of going to the pharmacy for a certain pill. Now, with one free call, you can find out how Herbal Virility Max can help you feel like a man again. For over a decade, Herbal Virility Max has helped guys just like you put a smile back on their face with improved performance and drive. Call today and ask about our buy one, get one free offer.
800-772-6113. 800-772-6113. 800-772-6113. That's 800-772-6113.
You know, for years you've heard me talking about My Pillow here on Classic Radio Theater. And the My Pillow and Mike Lindell have right now a huge buy one, get one free extravaganza. And what are the things they include? They include several different varieties of My Pillow. The Giza Elegance My Pillows are buy one, get one. Roll and Go Anywhere My Pillows. I, by the way, have one by my recliner. It is delightful, and many times I don't intend to doze off, but I do. Also, the 6-piece towel sets and bed sheet sets, those are all available. Buy one, get one. Now, they've set us up our own page over at mypillow.com. You go to mypillow.com/USA. That's mypillow.com/USA, and you will find links to all the current buy one, get one specials. Plus, with everything you buy now, you get Mike's softcover book, What Are the Odds? From Crack Addict to CEO. It's a $20 value, but you have to use the promo code USA. You get the book free when you purchase anything. Dog beds, $19.99, as low as $19.99 with the promo code. And you know those dogs love the My Pillow dog beds. And the My Pillow slippers, pet blankets, complete mattress systems, 2-inch mattress toppers. Those are delightful. Go to mypillow.com/USA or call 1-800-951-8175. Use the promo code USA at checkout. mypillow.com/USA, promo code USA, and save you a great deal on a great night's sleep and other things when you go to mypillow.com/USA. We'll start the weekend with Classic Radio Theater on Saturday and Gerald Moore in The Adventures of Philip Marlowe from 73 years ago, September 10th, 1949. The Ruston Hickory, a teacher from Ferndale, Nebraska, in big trouble. A photo helps to end the confusion. That'll be coming up on Saturday's Classic Radio Theater. But now the conclusion of Fort Laramie, 66 years ago today, September 9th, 1956.
Them pulling that away shook that hide right off in that animal. And that's a sight. I tell you, that's a sight.
I just bet it is.
50 cents. Every time I do it. I skinned as high as 50 buffalo a day. Now that amounts to... Well, old Jake Cuppy usually does that counting up for me.
I guess you think a lot of Mr. Cuppy, huh?
What I gotta think of him. I like skinning, soldier. That's what I like.
You putting up here at Fort Laramie a spell?
Tonight, anyway. Maybe longer. What do you care?
As long as you're here, I just want to learn all I can from you, that's all.
It's a good life. A lot of good men as skinners.
Your name, Jake Cuppy, mister? Your name, it's Jake Cuppy?
You don't want to steal up on a man that is eating, Captain. Might make him edgy.
I make you edgy, mister?
I'm getting over it. Sit down as long as you're here. Oh, yeah, I'll move my rifle aside. You got your eye on it, too.
I seen big 50s before.
I declare it opens a man's eyes, stopping off at an army post. First they tell me I'm welcome to put up with the enlisted men here, and then the only ones that come poking around are officers.
That's so?
How come you know about big 50s? The lieutenant claimed he never seen one before.
Mr. Sybert's never saw a buffalo hunter before.
Well, he's seen one now. Where do you find them? Like him, so full of book learning.
We find all kinds, mister.
Yeah, well, you found one there. Now, he's up on all the law in these parts. I'm not talking about your army law now. I'm talking territory law. I think that's how he said it. Something about there's a time of year you can't shoot what the lieutenant calls wildlife.
There's a law.
About hunting?
First Territorial Assembly passed it. It's called wildlife conservation.
Well, I declare. In here, I thought the Army was a shooting outfit.
It is, mister.
Now, I'm going to tell you what I told the lieutenant. You're going to make laws out here. You make them about the Indians. But you leave a white man to his work. You hear?
Must be you've shot up all the herds in the South Plains.
Oh, I wouldn't take all the credit for that. Others got their due coming. I'm gnawing at you, Captain. Same way you're gnawing at me. You spoke your piece. Now, why don't...
You're wrong, mister.
That's another thing. I'm almost never wrong.
There's treaty law that says you can't go into Indian territory. That means all the land north of Fort Laramie.
I'm getting a mite worried about the Army. Ain't they doing any killing no more?
We're obliged to warn you. If you do go in, we can't protect you.
I just don't recollect asking for any protection. You ought to come along, Captain. This hunting's for a real sporting man.
I saw some of your slaughter the other day. That's real sporting.
Now you hear me what I say. I get paid on how many buffalo hides I ship. That's fine. Now then, folks in the East are developing a taste for buffalo meat. All I gotta do is get it to the railroad. And that's fine. I get paid for that, too.
I'd hate to have to fight a war on your account, mister.
Maybe I'd be on your side. I'm good at shooting. I tell you what. You figure a price on Injun hides, Injun meat. Maybe I will be on your side, Captain.
Kit Carson country, isn't it, Captain, along the Powder River?
He was up here, sure. All along the bottoms of the Powder. It was black with buffalo then.
Well, the big herds are still up this way, aren't they?
The Indians think so. That's good enough for me. And for Jake Cuppy, apparently.
You take men like Kit Carson, now he was a trapper, a hunter, but you hear good things about him. The Indians liked him.
You're not comparing Carson to Cuppy, are you, Mr. Cybert?
No, sir, I'm trying to figure out the difference. Both seem to be after the same things.
Seem to be, maybe. The early trappers, the hunters, the mountain men, they learned a lot from the Indians. Made friends with them, like you say. But more, they came to hunt like Indians hunt.
You mean they hunted as they had need?
More of that, they knew what conservation meant even then. That if you kill more than the herd can bear young, you'll run out of quarry. A man like Cuppy now, he likes a slaughter.
I hope we find him, Captain.
I hope we find him. In time, Mr. Sybert.
The wagon tracks we're following, Captain?
Well, what about them?
Well, looks like they stopped just ahead, sir, right at that line of trees.
Patrol! Halt!
They could be in there, Captain. Cuppy and Gulfy.
They could, Mr. Syberts. Come on, Gorse.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Gorse and I are going to move flat into the trees, Mr. Syberts. Have the patrol stand to cover us.
Yes, sir.
One shot out of those trees and you move in.
Right, Captain.
All right, Sergeant. Run crouch down to the brush. Then we move flat in their bellies.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Oh, the boys, sir.
high-bed wagons like Gophie had. They move through here better than we do, Captain.
I can't see Cuppy making a camp here.
I can't see him coming in here over the Army's warning.
Just about to the trees, Gorse. Now, don't straighten until we're in them.
Yes, sir.
All right, now.
They're not as thick as they look, Captain.
Well, there, ahead there, Gorse.
The wagon. It's Gophie's wagon, all right. Some hides here in the bed.
His team's gone. Must be thinking to drag the hides back here.
From how far away, I wonder?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure 'em, Captain. I can see they might hide the wagon so as we couldn't follow its tracks, but we can track horses' hooves just as well.
Not this way, Gorse.
Grain sacks. Well, sure.
Yeah. You fix grain sacks to their hooves, it muffles the sound, leaves almost no hoof prints.
They're smarter than they act, Captain.
Are they, Gorse?
Buffalo guns.
That's one sound they can't muffle. Come on, Sergeant.
We've ridden 5 miles at least, Captain, and no sound to guide us for the last 3.
Don't need sound with sign like that ahead, Mr. Syberts.
That brown haze like dust?
It is dust. Means a big herd. Probably been stampeded. There's bottomland just after that rise where Clear Creek feeds into the Powder. We'll make for that.
Yes, sir.
At the gallop! Ho! Ride out with me, Mr. Syberts.
Yes, sir.
Captain, look.
I'm looking, Mr. Syberts. I said it was a big herd.
But it's like a massacre. Must be 1,000 buffalo.
It is a massacre. That much killing of anything without cause, it is a massacre.
Well, Jake Cuppy, he couldn't have shot them all.
He could shoot enough with Gophie helping. Likely the rest were stampeded to death.
Slaughter, that's all you can call it. I don't see how it could happen, so much of it.
Buffalo don't have much eyesight. They count on smelling signs of danger. Guppy's trick is to shoot from far enough away so they can't smell him. We better go down there, Mr. Syberts.
Cuppy, would he cause all this and then hide out, Captain?
He might. Knowing we'd be coming after him. Knowing he and Gophie couldn't hope to haul them all out before we got here. You seen any that's been skinned?
No, sir, not a one.
Captain Quince, over here.
Well, now. That explains a lot of things.
I come on their horses first, down further. They're shot full of arrows, too.
Both of them are still warm, Captain. They haven't been dead long.
1,000 dead buffalo. 2 dead men. It's a lot of death. A lot of waste.
The Indians must still be around, Captain.
Yeah, they'd still be around. Up in the hills, likely.
Those arrows, sir, they're in Cuppy and Gophie and the horses, but not the buffalo.
The Indians weren't after buffalo, Mr. Syberts. Come on, let's move out.
Captain? We'll have to fight the Indians for this?
Not today. Not this patrol. But this isn't the last of the buffalo hunters. More'll come all the time, and we'll fight wars over it.
We've got to just leave things this way?
The sooner we go, Mr. Syberts, the sooner the Indians will move down and get the meat, the hides. Sometimes all a man can do is turn, walk away.
Fort Laramie is produced and directed by Norman MacDonald and stars Raymond Burr as Lee Quince, Captain of Cavalry, with Vic Perrin as Sergeant Gorse. The script was specially written for Fort Laramie by Kathleen Height, with sound patterns by Bill James and Ray Kemper. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Featured in the cast were James Nusser and Barney Phillips. Jack Moyles is Major Daggett, and Harry Bartell is Lieutenant Syberts.
Company, attention! Dismiss.
Next week, another transcribed story of the Northwest frontier and the troopers who fought under Lee Quince, Captain of Cavalry.
Just imagine if that one little TV show hadn't come along. How much more Fort Laramie we could have had. Maybe 2 or 3 more seasons. Unfortunately, Raymond Burr got coaxed away to be Perry Mason. And as such, no time to record the show. That was what made him very sad, because he liked being Captain Lee Quince. Fort Laramie, September 9th, 1956. 66 years ago today on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thank you for tuning in. Thank this radio station and support their advertisers. It's their kindness and courtesy that allow us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite radio station. And given that all the additional expenses coming down from the federal government for radio stations, they certainly would appreciate your support. Visit my webpage, classicradio.stream, if you have a mind to. You can hear all of our shows on demand, so if you miss a day, you don't have to miss a show. You can hear all of our shows. You can also find a list of podcast applications where our shows are available on demand as well, and you can put them on your phone. You can contact me. You can find our social media links. You can also learn how to build a classic radio collection of your own. And if you're so inclined, you can buy me a coffee. That Buy Me a Coffee money helps us to purchase great classic radio theater collections that we do not have in our library. That's Buy Me a Coffee at classicradio.stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial, and have a great weekend. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.